What's good? It's Alex. I've been playing tons of the finals, and if you don't know, it's been running in open beta up until November 3rd. I've been streaming tons on Twitch, and this game has been a blast. Today, I wanted to go over the finals and see what was the good, the bad, and the promising. What can be really exciting to look forward to in the future with this game, and kind of break it down and see what separates this game from most modern shooters. Quick little summary of the finals. If you haven't seen any gameplay of it, it is a 3v3v3 setting in a futuristic kind of combat arena with tons of destructible environments. Everything you see can be blown up, smashed, and can also be like messed around with. Think of a gravity gun from Gmod where you can pick up a lot of objects like gas canisters, flame canisters, and just chuck them at people and do tons of damage, and it ends up being pretty dang fun. There are 3 classes in the game so far. That is the small, the medium, and the heavy build. Each one of them has their own unique weapons, so you kind of got to find out what your playstyle is and what weapons you like using. For the small build, it's more of an assassin build. You're very squishy, but you do tons of damage very quickly. You want to get in and out as soon as possible. The medium build is good, well-rounded, decent amount of health. You're not too slow because you're not too big, and the weapons are pretty dang balanced. Heavy build is more melee, destructible, very tanky, and you really just want to hold a big area and peel for your team. The game mode that you are seeing me play on screen, it is called Quick Cat. One team has to initiate a vault opening, and once that vault becomes open, you need to take that cash to an extraction. So there's tons of time to outplay each other and really have a good chance at winning. The first team to get 2 extractions wins, so this is considered quick cash, but ranked and tournament takes way longer and is way more tryhard. But honestly, this is one of those games that you really need to play for yourself to see what it's about. With that being said, let's go into some of the good features, some of the things I didn't like, and some of the promising things that this game has to offer. This honestly feels like a very unique game, and that's a good feeling to have because a lot of the shooters I've been playing have been getting pretty repetitive, so this was a good change of pace. I can't wait for this game to drop. First, the destructible environments are my favorite thing. It really reminds me a lot of Battlefield 3, Battlefield 4, early Xbox 360 games where the whole map was pretty much destructible. It really makes things like extracting with the cash really difficult, or making things like stealing the cash pretty damn easy. So if someone is opening a vault, you can easily put C4 charges underneath the vault and blow the floor from underneath it. That alone makes for some crazy action. Next, the environment and the vibe of the game is pretty sweet. You're set in this like esports arena, Hunger Games type beat where you want to try to kill everyone and come out with the money. There's tons of fire, poisonous gas, and goo canisters littered around the whole map, and you pretty much have like a Gmod gravity gun strapped to your wrist where you can pick up those canisters and just chuck them at people. The map is super bright, very well lit, and the atmosphere is just sick. The map has tons of nooks and crannies where you can kind of rat and ninja your way around, get in and out of situations, and make some crazy plays. Overall, I really appreciate how fast-paced the game is without feeling too chaotic or gimmicky or arcadey. It has a good balance of tryhardness with using team play comps, and overall just trying to outsmart your opponent to win. It really is a sandbox for like PvP, and it really scratches an itch I didn't know I had, and it's pretty sick. Now moving on to some of the bad things that I didn't really appreciate in this beta and in the finals. I can start with the size of the map. Sometimes I feel like the map is way too big, and I spend a lot of time just like rotating around. It really kind of takes it out of me, and the map size can be made a little bit smaller, I feel like. But I also appreciate how dense it is with each building having its own floor and rooms, so it's kind of a double-edged sword. Finding a good balance of the size of the map I think would be one of those things that takes time, and you really need like stats to see how players interact with the map and what they do. But after playing in this beta, I felt like the map was just a little too big, and I just felt like I was rotating for too long. And one thing that I really didn't like about the finals was the movement of the game doesn't feel all the way cooked, if you know what I mean. It just was a little clunky. Like, check out this transition when I'm trying to jump from this launch pad and then going directly into a slide. It works halfway, but I feel like I'm fighting against the game to really get the movement that I want. There's tons of opportunity for you to have really good movement, like the launch pad, and vaulting over things really help out a lot. You can chain a lot of movement techniques together, but some of the times I just felt like I was fighting against the game to get like some crazy movement down. But I think that's one of those things that'll be changed over time and overall just improved over time. Lastly, what I really appreciate about this game and what makes it truly unique is just the creativity and the sandbox of it all. When I was a kid, I really liked the games that let you be super creative in the way that you do things. There's no right way to do something, and this game really has that while mixing in a lot of competitive shooter aspects. aspects. And if you are someone like me that just plays mostly FPSs and you want a good change of pace, this game really has that. And I really appreciate a game company that has a lot of, I guess, former DICE employees. Don't quote me on that. That's just one thing I've heard from tons of reports and tons of videos that I've been watching. It really is ambitious to create something new, and I really appreciate it because it feels really pulled off and really cared for. The game is really well optimized, so they didn't just launch something that just felt super choppy and clunky. The movement is overall pretty dang solid. The shooting feels very competitive. It really feels like you have to hit every single shot because something like this happens. I'm using a SCAR right now, and that thing only has like 20 rounds, so you're gonna run out of ammo really quickly, but the trade-off is it does tons of damage. So it's just little things like that that are balanced, and there's a lot of nuance in the game and a lot of nuance in the map and the movement. Overall, it's been pretty dang solid, and if you're still watching this far, I really appreciate y'all. It's pretty late for me, but I just wanted to get this video out there and show you that the finals beta is pretty dang solid and you should check it out. I've been streaming tons over at Twitch, and I really would appreciate y'all if you would check me out. Once this game drops, you can expect tons of videos coming out. But for the meantime, thank you so much for watching, and I really appreciate it. Don't forget to leave a thumbs up, check me out on Twitch, subscribe, all the good stuff. Take it easy.